Dr. Parsons, in your prepared testimony, you discussed creating a site where companies can deploy prototype reactors. And let me just note that we have, with your leadership, provided legislation, H.R. 431, which is Chairman Weber's bill, and that's about to be signed into law. And we appreciate your leadership, Mr. Chairman, and your guidance on this. So that I think we've taken a step in the right direction. I would imagine that was part of your testimony today.
Indeed, we thank you for that.
Okay. Let's look at this. Again, I don't want to dwell on the fact that nuclear energy, I believe, is inherently dangerous, but we have to do certain things that are dangerous in order to succeed in achieving certain goals for civilization. And for the chairman was asking about how these things could be determined in case of an emergency, who would shut down that. And Mr. Chairman, I think Hal will make all those decisions for us. You remember Hal?
That was quite some odyssey, wasn't it?
Hal in the Space Odyssey 2001 was the computer got out of control, and we have already had some people suggest, Elon Musk for one of them, that if we go down too far down the road of everything robotic and letting them make decisions, perhaps wrong decisions will be made that are beyond our comprehension today. So as we move down that direction, obviously we have to have whatever system we put in place, we'll have to have a computer systems that will deal with the challenges, the new challenges that are brought up. Again, I would just suggest, and I am not, I don't have the engineering background, but from what I have heard today and from what I have gleaned from other hearings that we've had, is that light water reactors are they are inherently more dangerous than what we are capable of building in terms of the non-light water reactors. Mr. Bowers, is that correct?
I'm going to phrase it a different way, which is that the light water reactors require active safety systems to maintain safety. And the advantage that and these are Generation 2 and Generation 3 reactors, the advantage that the Generation 4 reactors bring is that rather than having active safety systems that require human intervention, you have passive safety systems that do not require a human to ensure safety of the system. And I'll let Mr. McGinnis.
Well, do we not, inherently, do we not have more leftover waste from light water reactors than we would from the high-temperature gas-cooled reactor, for example?
I'm going to say that no free lunch. We create nuclear spent fuel the same way that a light water reactor does. Ours is packaged a little different. Rather than it being in control rods, we're in pebbles.
Well, the question isn't length of time. The question is amount of waste that we have to deal with. I am under the impression that light water reactors will produce more nuclear waste stuff that we deal with as compared to high-temperature gas-cooled reactors, for example. Is that correct?
I'm going to pass on that, if I may, and get back to you with an answer. I'm not a spent fuel expert, so forgive me.
But go right ahead.
Thank you very much. I would just love to have had some of our great innovators in NuScale and Holtec, and frankly, some of the other companies here that are working on game-changing both non-light water and light water reactors. Literally, the one that is progressing with a partnership with Idaho National Lab, UAMPS, a municipal utility in the Utah region with a number of states. This design is going through the NRC now. They're very conservative at the NRC, and it's a light water design. And so I would ask that if we could at least open the spectra a bit and give this design an opportunity to see whether NRC validates that this light water small modular reactor design can safely shut down on its own, and they've already validated that.
I'm more concerned about also the amount of nuclear waste. We have a storage facility that's being put at San Onofre, right in the middle of a huge residential. We're talking about millions of people live around San Onofre, including my family, I might add. And if there is a system that will produce less nuclear waste at the end of the process, we should go in that direction. And especially if we can build a system that eats some of the waste that's already been given to us and eats some of that as fuel. So I would hope that we get really serious in terms of not only just planning how to produce electricity, but how to deal with that waste as part of the equation. Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, sir. I want to